would you say there was a turning point really in connection with you getting the job at the Argus?
Yeah, definitely there was, because as I said, I had quite a difficult first year or so in Birmingham, where I often felt that I wasn't quite as good at the job as I thought I should be, and it was mainly because of the pace. And it says a lot about the people that were working there. Actually, they're brilliant professionals. But yeah, there was this one weekend in the summer of 1997 when the sports editor was on holiday, a guy called Ken Montgomery, and I was in charge for 2 weeks, and I just knew I had to really nail it that time.
This is when you were on the Mail. Yep.
Yeah, I was on the Mail at the time. I had to really nail it. So so Ken was on holiday, and it was the same. All in one weekend, we had Tim Henman, I think, got through to the quarterfinals of Wimbledon for the first time. Mike Tyson bit off part of Evander Holyfield's ear, and Stan Collymore signed for Villa. It was an incredible run of stories, and obviously at the Mail we covered national sport as well as local sport, particularly that time of year, because everyone was interested in what was happening in Wimbledon, all the rest of it. And I just knew I had to absolutely nail it. I wanted to do a spread on each of those stories and make them look really good, and well organised, and not have the paper off stone late because of me. So I got into the office at 4:30 on the Monday morning. A good sort of 4.5 hours before the first edition of the paper had to be off stone, just to start sketching out, because what I would do, I would design the pages on paper. Design them on paper, and then I'd input commands into the computer system to make sure that the layouts on screen matched my paper designs. And I remember when I got there, there was already someone in the office, and the person who was in the office at that point was Ian Johnson, of all people, who had long since retired as Argus editor, but was doing some other work for the Mail at the time. I thought it was amazing that he was in at that time of the morning. But yeah, luckily I had 4 hours to get it all right, and it went perfectly, and the editor, Ian Dowell, called me in afterwards, gave me a big pat on the back, and it gave me so much confidence that the next few months were a bit of a breeze, at least they felt like it in comparison to the year before. And I think in October of 1997 he said to me, Dave's going to be moving on to the news desk, we want him to be the city news editor, I think it was, or something like that. We'd like you to take over as editor of the Argus. And then he went into quite a big sell, which he didn't need to really, about it was the most famous Saturday night sports paper in Britain, and still sold in excess of 50,000 copies a week. And I was signed up before he even got halfway through the first sentence, and I was really made up, and I started that job in January '98. Yeah.
And you took it through to the millennium?
Took it through to the millennium, yeah.